What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing, and today I'm going to be predicting the outcome of Conor Benn versus Chris Van Heerden, and this is going to be a 12-rounder in the welterweight division, and this fight is going to be Saturday, April 16th, from the AO Arena in Manchester, England, and this fight is going to be broadcasted on DAZN. And to get both fighters' resumes, Conor Benn, fighting out of England, holds a record of 20 wins with no defeats and 13 wins coming by way of knockout. He's currently ranked number 12 by BoxRec in the welterweight division, and to list some of his best victories, he has a unanimous decision win over Sebastian Formella, a knockout win over Samuel Vargas, a unanimous decision victory over Adrian Granados, and he has a knockout win over Chris Algieri, and that Algieri win was probably one of his best performances as he brutally knocked out Algieri and just finished him with ease, and that was his most recent fight, taking place in December of 2021. And now to get his opponent's resume, Chris Van Heerden, fighting out of South Africa, holds a record of 28 wins, 2 defeats, and 1 draw, with 12 wins coming by way of knockout. He's currently not ranked by BoxRec due to inactivity. However, to list his draw and losses, he has a majority draw against Paige Teshini. He also has a split decision loss against Nikola Stefanovic, and he also has a knockout loss to current unified world champion Errol Spence Jr. And to list some of his best victories, he has a unanimous decision win over Matthew Hatton. And I did forget to mention that he's also a former IBO welterweight champion. Even though the IBO title isn't really recognized as one of the top titles, it's still just outside of I guess you could say fifth best out of all the belts in boxing. But to list some of more of the victories that Chris Van Heerden has got over his career, he also has a majority decision win over Steve Claggett, a unanimous decision win over Timo Schwarzkopf, and a unanimous decision win over Aslanbek Kosayev. And in my opinion, this fight is going to go in favor of the young and rising welterweight contender Conor Benn. I just think that Conor Benn is too powerful and too explosive for Van Heerden. Although Van Heerden has gotten some decent wins to his credit, as I listed before, and he's fought actually some decent names, I just do not think that he will be able to hold up in this fight. I know Van Heerden has talked a lot about his boxing and how he will outbox Conor Benn, but I just don't see that happening. We saw in his last fight, which was actually a no contest, where he did fight Jaron Ennis, where he got really lucky that there was a headbutt that caused a clash, or there was a headbutt that caused a gash on his head, because if that headbutt did not happen, he was really at risk of getting stopped inside the first couple rounds based off of Ennis' pressure. And I'm not saying that Ben's as good as Jaron Ennis, but Ennis just came out there guns blazing, just started pressuring Van Heerden, and we already got to see how Van Heerden reacts to vicious pressure and speed like that. And Conor Benn's also a fighter who does like to pressure his opponents, and we saw that against Samuel Vargas. He pressured him in round 1, landed his shots on the ropes, and stopped him. So, who knows? He could come out like that, exactly how Ennis did to Van Heerden, and just really pressure him and dominate him with his power. Because, like I said before, in that Ennis fight, Van Heerden was shelled up on the ropes for the first couple seconds of the fight, up until, obviously, the clash happened, leading to that ultimate no contest. But, as for Ben, he's really been on a hot streak with some decent wins over former world title challengers and such, and some former world champions. But this is also really at that similar level, somewhere between the top 20, top 25 in the welterweight division. But if he's able to get this win here, I just hope that Eddie Hearn can make a fight where he fights someone inside the top 15 in the welterweight division, maybe even top 10, a really, really tough, really, really good fight for Ben, because Ben has been really getting these decent wins over these top 20, top 25 guys and beating them with ease. He's not really showing any signs of that he's really having a tough time with these guys, and he's showing that he's able to move up to the next level. But I think this win, or if he gets this win, it will really skyrocket him into a big fight against a guy in the top 15 or even top 10 in the welterweight division. So really how I see this fight going down, I just see Conor Benn being the aggressor, being the pressure fighter in this sense in this one. And I think that he will be the one coming forward, landing his big shots. And I do think that Chris Van Heerden, as he's been saying a lot leading up to this fight, that he will be the boxer. But Van Heerden, once again, as I mentioned before, has said that his boxing will easily win this fight for him. I just don't see that happening. I just think that he will crack under the pressure of Ben, and that he will just shell up with a high guard and just try and block all of Ben's shots. Once Ben just starts to really pressure him with some big shots and put him up against the ropes and give him a tough time. And comment down below your thoughts on this fight, who you think is going to win, and your prediction for this fight, because mine's pretty evident, if you've been listening so far, that I'm edging for a dominant win in favor of Conor Benn. And yeah, just to break down the fight round by round, I think the first round will be very similar to the Ennis fight while it lasted, where in this case Conor Benn just comes forward and really tries to go at his all, or really just put a lot of pressure and just be super aggressive, and really just throw with full power and really just try and get Van Heerden out of there. But I do think Van Heerden will survive the first round, and then in the second round, Ben will just take it down a notch and still continue with the pressure, still be fast, still be powerful, but he won't really be trying to waste stamina like that. I think he really was just trying to do that to possibly get a first round knockout, or is going to do that to get a first round knockout. And then, yeah, second round he'll tone it down a bit. Third round will be the same as the second round, where he comes forward and wins it easy. Same with the fourth and same with the fifth. But then once the sixth round rolls around, I think it should be 50-45 in favor of Conor Benn, where he's winning every single round. And I do not think that Chris Van Heerden's boxing style off the outside will work that well. He might try and go for some counters, but not really have much success at all. And then, as I mentioned before, once the sixth round happens, it's really from there on I see Conor Benn breaking down and stopping Chris Van Heerden with all the pressure he's been putting on him so far. I think he will do exactly that. He will get a stoppage win, I think so. I don't think that it will be a vicious knockout like the Algieri fight, but I do think that he will dominate him so much that the referee will stop the fight based off of the beating that Van Heerden will be taking, and I do not think he will really have much success at all. And this is for Van Heerden. I think that Conor Benn will either stop Chris Van Heerden anywhere from like round 6 to round 10, and it will most likely, in my opinion, be like a standing stoppage, something like that, where the referee's the one waving it off because of the punishment being doled out to Chris Van Heerden. So once again, comment down below your prediction for this fight, and if you agree with mine, and what do you think is next for the winner, which will most likely be Conor Benn. So overall, I believe that Conor Benn will defeat Chris Van Heerden by knockout, and I think the stoppage will happen between round 6 and round 10. And with that being said, Conor Benn should be able to go 21-0 with 14 knockouts after this fight. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.